Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Brian and this is Team Brian. Remember, I did a video talking about passport application processes. If you got a passport lost case, I did a video explaining on that. If your passport is mutilated, I did a video explaining on that. So before I proceed, if you have issue on that case, kindly I will drop a link on my comment section or below. Then you will just go through that video and get your question resolved. On today's video, I'm going to talk about stages of passport. I know most of you have been in this situation asking a lot of questions about stages. I'm recommended, I'm in approval stage, I'm in printing stage, I'm in draft. What is draft? What is printing? What is recommendation? What is dispatch? What is another one? We call it production. Those are the kind of stages I'm going to talk about. And briefly, I'm going to explain each and every step, the meaning of each and every step on this video. So, if you are new to my YouTube, kindly make sure you subscribe, you turn on the notification, and you like the video. Let's jump into the video immediately. So after that short introduction, I'm going to jump immediately into my today's subjects, whereby I'm going to talk about the stages of passport. Here we have about 10 stages of passport, and those are the only stages that a passport undergoes. Namely, we have draft stage, we have fetting stage, we have bid stage, we have submission stage, rolling stage, recommendation stage, approval stage, we have printing stage, production stage, and receiving stage. Receiving stage is the same as dispatch. So, I'm going to explain and I give brief explanation on this. First of all, let me start with draft stage. When we talk of draft stage, this is the initial stage whereby the application process is not fully completed and submitted. Completion of this phase requires you to fill in the necessary basic information and make a payment according to the various passport processing charges. What does this mean? Inamaanisha hivi. If, let's say that you have applied a passport either using your smartphone or using a cyber cafe, and you want to do it through simple way of submitting your documents. First of all, after doing an application, immediately on your citizen portal, it deletes in a SOMA draft stage, meaning either you have done the application, you have filled the form, but you haven't do it payments. So what you are supposed to do after the application, for you to get the exactly good applications, you must immediately after payments, after application, you submit your payment regarding to the passport charges. Then after submitting your payments, I'm 100% sure your citizen portal will read it as SOMA paid. Immediately after SOMA paid, that means you have done with applications. Now you are ready with the forms. You are going to another stage by the name kufanya capture, biometric capture. And obvious, I always tell you, biometric capture, it's done in various immigration center. I talked about those various immigration center on the other video. So if you didn't watch the other video, you can go through that video. You can scroll on my accounts. You go through my videos. You will get that video, the one with passport application requirements. That's where I have outlined the various immigration centers we have in Kenya. So let me talk of another stage by the name Fetting Stage. Actually, for vetting, it was for selected applicants. And most of these applicants usually reside along the Kenyan borders areas, either or they have previous pending criminal records or nationalities perceived to be high risk. So these ones, if you have a vetting, your friend has a vetting issue, either that your friend stays the along the coast or reside along the Kenyan borders. So kama sahi, we can't risk giving somebody nationalities if you are not known by Kenyan, either because either you are a Kenyan by birth, Kenyan by registration, and Kenyan by citizenship. That's when you will be awarded a passport without going through vetting stage. And it's necessary for identities who have these issues. They are solved in either NIC or DCI headquarters. So if you have an issue of that nature, kindly I urge you to visit the DCI headquarters in Kiambu. Your issue will be solved. Let me talk of another third stage by the name paid stage. Paid stage, this is where I talked about after submitting your documents for you to read paid, you have to do with paid payments. This stage occurs when all the necessary passport application payments have been made, and you can now proceed for book of biometric capture. Remember, you can't West biometric dates if you haven't made any payments regarding to the passport charges. Immediately you do with payments, that's when you will be given biometric capture regarding to the immigration centers where you are going to take your fingerprints. Remember, biometric capture is just taking a photo and your fingerprints with the forms. I talked about that once in my other video. So if you haven't watched, you can go through it and you get your questions solved. Let me talk of another stage, which is submission stage. Submission stage, this is the stage involves biometric capture process whereby your application form, invoice, copies of ID, and the birth certificate as well as passport photo and fingerprints are registered into the system. Failure to have all those documents will lead to passport delays. Remember I talked about this one, the requirements during the biometric capture in my another video. So I think those one who watched the other videos, I'm just doing a repetition, and I'm sure you got this information right. And I think your questions got solved through the other video. Let me talk of another stage, which is loading stage. Loading. When you open your citizen, you see your portal leading loading stage. Loading stage, this is whereby all the submitted applications, data, and uploads are received and registered into the system, ready to undergo verification. When I talk of verification, most of you wonder what's verification. Verification, this is when they are now checking your data, your certificate data, your balance ID data. When they are going through those data, checking if you are this person, this was, if they like for example, if you say that there is a word with a problem with a wrong spelled word, those are the kind of verification they are doing. And if you got that one of those words have a wrong spelling, that one will cause delay of passport, and will make you to go and they do a correction. So that's what we call loading stage. Let me talk of another ones called recommendation stage. Now, after let's talk of, and this one is for selected applicants. Not everyone, or not, si kila mtu anaenda verification. Recommendation stage. Recommendation stage is there for those people who have either wrong spellings, the way their names appear on the birth certificate is not the way their names appear on their IDs. So those are the cases. If your documents have kinds of those cases, be sure that your passport application will undergo recommendation stage. Let me talk of another stage, printing stage. Printing stage now here, after all verification, you are done with verification, your data are correct. Now you are going through what we call printing stage. Now your passport, this is where upon successful verification of all submitted information and the documentation, the next stage is approval to proceed for the printing. Now, when you are in printing approval stage, everything is okay. Remember, you are done with approval first. After recommendation, you are done with approval stage. Then you go to printing. Now, in printing stage, here you are sure that your passport is queued for printing. Yeah. Now your passport iko kwa line. Let me talk of another stage, production stage. Here in production stage, here is where your passport undergoes the actual physical printing process, and it's usual an indicator that your passport is nearly ready for correction. I think now when you are in a production stage, your passport is near ready for correction. Let me talk of the final process of applying, or the final process of stages of passport, which is the receiving stage. At this stage, passport has been printed and ready for the correction. When you are in the receiving stage, anytime you will either receive a message for correction. So kindly, I think I have done with that one. If you are new, so guys, I think for with that one, I'm okay, and I think you are okay with that video, and I think you are okay with those stages. So I will highly recommend, if you are new to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe. You can also share this video to your friends in order to get exact information on these passport stages. Let me wish you all the best.